Entonces, Thursday, exam. Today and tomorrow we are going to try to cover as much as possible about past simple, past continuous, and we'll do a revised. Haremos una pequeña repaso, revisión. Vale, mientras, let's watch the video about past simple, 6 minutes grammar, so it should be easy.
learningenglish.com.
Hello, welcome to 6 Minute Grammar with me, Rob.
And me, Emma. Hello.
In today's programme, we're talking about the past simple and the past continuous tenses.
Yes, we'll look at when we use each tense.
We'll show you how to form the positive, negative and question forms of each one.
And as usual, we'll finish with a quiz.
And first, here's a quick reminder of the past simple. Hello, Finn.
Hello, Rob.
Could you give us an example, please?
Yes. Last night.
This is kind of a podcast, ¿vale? Esto es como un tipo podcast, but also they are explaining the grammar as well, ¿vale? Le estoy compartiendo el video por si tienen algún problemilla al escuchar o se traba.
Night, I saw the film Titanic.
Oh, Titanic. What a movie. Finn saw it last night. So we use the past simple for completed actions in the past.
And we had the past simple of the verb see, which is the irregular form saw.
And as we know, you just have to learn the irregular verbs.
But the good news is that lots of verbs are regular. And to make them into the past simple, you just add E and D to the infinitive like this.
Hundreds of passengers jumped into the sea.
Jump, jumped. Simple. To make past simple negatives, we add didn't to the infinitive, like this.
Sandra Bullock didn't win an Oscar for Gravity.
Now, let's look at past simple questions. Emma, did you see the news last night?
Yes, I did.
So, for the question, it's did plus the subject plus the infinitive.
And the short answers are yes plus subject plus did. Yes, I did.
Or no plus subject plus didn't. No, I didn't.
So that's the past simple for completed actions in the past.
Now, to talk about past activities, we can use the past continuous. Here's an example.
I was watching a movie on TV. It was raining. We were feeling very bored.
Now we can use the past continuous to...
Okay, let's have a look at those sentences. As he said, they are past activities and we can use past continuous. I was watching a movie on TV. It was raining. We were feeling very bored. And sometimes it gives you like a background or like a story, you know. So it's you show more grammar when you describe. It's like describing what's happening or what was happening in those moments. Okay.
We were feeling very bored.
Now we can use the past continuous to talk about an activity that was already happening when something else happened, like this.
Dad was cooking dinner when the police arrived. The children were watching TV when the officers came into the living room.
Okay, so we have here a combination or like we are mixing the two tenses, past continuous and past simple, no? That my dad was cooking dinner when the police arrived, no? They knocked at my door. Hello, sir. You're under arrest. No, imagine that. My dad was cooking dinner and because he killed someone. The children were watching TV when the officers came into my living room, no? The officers. Hello, guys. You have to leave the house now because your dad is a murderer.
Oh, the police. Very dramatic. Yes, think about one activity interrupting the other. The activity that was already happening is in the past continuous. Dad was cooking dinner.
And the activity that interrupted it is in the past simple. The police arrived.
So you can put the past simple and continuous together to talk about activities and actions that happened one on top of another. To talk about activities and actions that happened one on top of another.
He's referring one on the top of another, no? So the idea here is interrupting or like something else happened after that, or while you were doing certain activity, then suddenly something happened, right? So that's what he's referring to.
Remember those examples, everyone? I'm going to test you later.
Oh, okay. To make the past continuous, it's was or were plus an ing verb.
Dad was cooking dinner. The children were watching TV.
Now, to make the negative past continuous, you just put wasn't or weren't in front of the ing verb, like this.
The baby wasn't sleeping. The children weren't playing games.
Wasn't sleeping and weren't playing. Were not.
Now, for past continuous questions, it's was or were with the subject plus an ing verb. And I'm going to demonstrate this by testing you on the examples we had before. Rob, was Mum cooking dinner?
No, she wasn't. Dad was cooking dinner.
That's correct. Well done. Were the children playing games?
No, they weren't.
Correct. Done.
Okay, in this part, remember when we make questions, were the children playing games? No, they weren't. Si nos preguntan con was or were, hay que contestar con was or were. Yep. For example, was she cooking? No, she wasn't. Was mom cooking? No, she wasn't. Dad was cooking dinner. So remember, wasn't, weren't.
Were the children playing games?
No, they weren't.
Correct. Well done again.
For past continuous short answers, it's yes plus subject plus was, or no plus subject plus wasn't.
You're listening
to bbclearningenglish.com.
Right, time for a quiz. I'm going to say a sentence and you have to choose the right verb form to go in the gap. Ready? Okay.
Sorry, questions, Natalie?
No, está bien.
Okay.
Number 1. When the phone rang, we... A film.
A ver, guys, when the phone rang. Oh, yeah. Hello, you have to complete. When the phone rang, we
were watching. We were watching.
Is it A, watched, or B, were watching? When the phone rang, we... A film.
It's B. When the phone rang, we were watching a film.
Good.
correct, guys. Thank you.
Number 2. Kate Blanchett, an Oscar for Best Actress. Is it A, was winning, or B, won?
One.
Correct.
Kate Blanchett, an Oscar for Best Actress.
It's B. Kate Blanchett won an Oscar for Best Actress.
And here's the final question. Ready? When the police... Dad was cooking dinner. Is it A, arrived, B, were arriving?
So, what's the correct answer?
When
All right.
the police... Dad was cooking dinner.
When the police arrived, Dad was cooking dinner. Oh, good old Dad. Still cooking that dinner? What a hero.
So, well done if you got those right. And don't forget, there's lots more about tenses on our website at BBC.
Okay, so that's it. So we have here another explanation.
So
from
there
our
are probably
English guide.
3 main ways we can use this, right?
Story setting, like telling a story. Story setting.
So this is the use of past continuous, guys. So story setting, interrupted activity, and past habits as well.
Like
To give you some examples about that.
telling a story. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, many years ago, there was a princess, and she was sitting in the tower waiting for the prince to come. Of course, you're not going to tell that kind of story in IELTS speaking, but that said, in part 2, there is a chance to tell anecdotes and stories. This will be useful. Number 2 is the guys, sorry, can you get the door? Right. Number 2 is here, the past continuous for interrupted. Guys, come on. I'm trying to make a video. Yeah. All right. So it's the past continuous for something that we call the I know it's the postman. Can you just answer the door? I'm trying to work here. Number 2 is interrupted activity. I was trying to teach you and they interrupted me.
So he was speaking when the door bell rang. No, he was speaking, he was explaining when the doorbell rang.
Right. Number 3 is past habits. Now you've got to say, hang on, Keith, you said past habits was the past simple. Well, yes, it was. But also, and this is the beauty of English, right? The past continuous can be used, right? You have different tenses, different tools you can use to create your meaning. Great. So those are the 3. So let's look now at the format of how we make the past continuous. By the way, do you like how I magically turned on the light? Plus was plus the verb in the gerund, the ing. So, for example, I was waiting for the bus. He was waiting for the train. She was waiting for the plane, right? Notice the was is nor was. I was waiting for the bus. She was waiting. But if it's we, you, or they were, W-E-R-E, were, they were waiting because we stress the next word, waiting. They were. They were waiting. They were waiting. They were waiting for me. Try. Great. That's the form. Of course, in the negative, we just put the subject, I, he, or she, plus was not, plus the gerund, right? I was not waiting. However, speaking, we normally contract was not to wasn't. I wasn't waiting. Try that. I wasn't waiting. I wasn't waiting for the train. Honest, I wasn't waiting for the train. Waiting. Hope you can hear. Story setting.
I knew I was underwater. I just didn't realize I was this underwater.
The setting or the background to a story, anecdote, like Shrek. It can be just even a sentence, right? It was raining outside. It was raining outside, so I decided to stay at home. As simple as that. It was raining outside, or the sun was shining. I decided to go out, right? Or the pandemic was still going on, and and it's giving you the background to the story, right? And very often, as I mentioned, it's side, so I decided to stay at home. The pandemic was still going on, but I needed to travel back home.
You see, it's all together these tenses, no? All together when we are creating a story, when we are telling, retelling, or like gossiping with our friends. So that's when we use these two tenses.
Or the pandemic was still going on, but I needed to travel with broad continuous, and then next the simple, right? You've got the background in the past continuous, and then next the simple past. Even in one sentence, right? Doesn't have to be a big fancy story. Okay. Now, how can we use this particularly with some IELTS questions? Well, let's take a couple of examples, and I'm thinking particularly in part 2 here. Imagine what happened. So you might say, I was attending a conference on education and I was really looking forward to it. But it turned out that the main speaker was really boring. The main speaker turned out to be boring, right? So the turned out is the past. Turn out just means in the end, the result was the main speaker was boring. Describe a time you won something, maybe a race or a competition, maybe, right? Again, you could say, well, I was taking part in the school sports day when I was a kid, and I ran in 2 races and I won both of them.
So in this part, it is like a description, no? So I was taking part, I was having classes with teacher Enrique. Suddenly I heard a strange noise, no? So this is another use for past continuous as well, yeah. All right, let's stop there. If you are interested, before he explained the past simple, so highly recommendable to watch these examples that he gave. We won't have time to check interrupted activities, so you can check it later on, and past habits. Yeah, he explains in a really good way, so highly recommendable. So let's open our, yes, ladies, Julie, what happened?
¿Nos puede enviar por favor ese link? Es que hubo una parte que no le entendí. Él decía como que para hábitos también era con el presente continuo, pero a veces también se usa en el presente simple y no le entendí esa parte.
Okay. Yes, no problem. I'll share with you. I already share it. Ya lo acabo de compartir hace rato.
Ah, listo.
¿Vale? It's the second video. It's the second link. ¿Vale? So you can check that later on. ¿Vale? Okay. So in the meantime, we're going to open our books. ¿Vale? Vamos a abrir nuestros books. Let me. So we are here. So unit 3, right? Unit 3, this part. This part, we're going to check this because yesterday we didn't finish this part about remember this guy, ¿sí se acuerdan? De James Bond. James Bond. So use the pictures to tell the story. So let's go. Well, we finished, I think, because we already did the language work. ¿Vale? We had homework, ¿no? ¿No tenemos tarea? Did we have homework?
Yes, teacher.
What was the homework? Ahorita que estoy viendo esto. The homework was making a short story. Ya me acordé. I remember. You don't want to speak. I remember. The homework was using these verbs or other verbs if you want to tell a short story or a short text using past continuous and past. Past simple. Yeah, for example, I Thanks. I call my mom. She was trying to forget his ex-boy. Okay. I was standing up in front of the park and a stranger gave me a love note. Okay, examples, guys. Julie, yes, first.
Estoy un poquito mala de la garganta.
Okay, no problem.
This story begins in my childhood. One day I woke up while I was sleeping. That's right, I am sleeping walker. And my parents often didn't notice because they were so sleepy. That day I took my house keys and 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 whispered to my parents that I was going to school. When I was trying to open the door, my mom, upon upon hearing the noise of the door, got up to see what was happening. Seeing my sleepwalking, she tried to wake me up, but instead they took me to bed so I could continue sleeping.
Okay, that's a good story. Yeah, thank you very much. Sleeping, walking. Yes, thank you. Anyone else? Natalie, Bere, ¿quién más está aquí? Crespo. It can
Okay,
be a
teacher.
short story or short sentences. Yeah, like mine
I
or
will try.
ah,
¿Sí me escuchas, verdad? Ah, sí, sí, sí.
yeah, I'm listening.
Ajá. I was walking to my swimming lesson when suddenly I found a little bird on the street,
Beer or
almost dying.
bear? Beer or bear?
Ah, no, I no sé, bird.
Ah, bear. Animal.
On the street, almost dying. I made, no sé cómo se dice, palmaditas, como I made a...
I pet it. I pet it. Acariciar, ¿no? O dar palmadas.
Ajá, como le di unas, I made, no sé,
I pet.
and it had stopped breathed, como dejó de respirar.
Had stop breathing. Breathing.
Breathing. Ajá. Ajá, bueno, perdón, me equivoqué. And stopped breathed, and I made fainted, and the bird revived.
Okay. The bird revived.
Its eyes shone again, and it flew away. It flew?
In flew? What is that?
Como voló de nuevo.
It flew away. It flew away.
It flew away.
But thank you very much. Birth, yeah, remember, in this case is because por ahí hay varias pronunciation, ¿no? Beer, look, beard, bear, el oso. El otro es bird, the bird, the animal that flies. And the other is, y creo que ya. Yeah. Thank you very much. Anyone else who would like to?
Yes, teacher. Yesterday I woke up early, breathed deeply to start the day with energy.
Huh?
I stood up from bed and crept silently so as not to wake up my family. I was getting dressed. I tried to remember where I had put my phone. Suddenly, the sun shone through the window and led me to the kitchen.
Thank you very much. Anyone else? Alan, Alexis, Natalie, Rodriguez. Did you do homework?
I didn't.
Because I wasn't paying attention to my teacher.
Oh, because I was studying to my statics exam. So
Okay. Remember, try to use past continuous. And Natalie? Crespo, jaja. Alexis. Bueno, para el siguiente va a contar como assistant, attendancy, the homework. Okay, let's move on. Just remember, try to use this. For the ones who didn't do homework, if you want your attendance today, you have to tell me a short story or like 3 sentences using the verbs that you had in the previous page. Yeah. If you want your attendance, if not, absent. Yep. Okay, so a short story on WhatsApp, tell me on the group. Yep. We have adverbs. What is an adverb? Well, an adverb is a word which describes actions. So I was hearing that some of you use adverbs, no? Suddenly, yeah, silently, no? You use to describe this context, describe sentences, and describe also actions. So those can be in different places. Some of them can be at the beginning, some of them can be at the end. Sometimes it goes before the verb, sometimes it goes after the verb. Yes. So that's important to notice. For example, here we can say dream peacefully, wake up suddenly, or I suddenly wake up, no? Whisper, whisper, quietly, yes.
Quiet.
Creep, slowly puede ser, creep, quietly, yes. Get out of bed,
urgently,
suddenly, okay. Breathe, heavily. Heavily, yes. Breathe heavily. Okay, those are the combinations. So also we can have more combinations like these ones that you have there. Dream peacefully, wake up suddenly or slowly. También puede ser whisper quietly, slowly or urgently, ¿no? Creep quietly, slowly, get out of bed quietly, suddenly, slowly. And finally, breathe slowly también or breathe heavily. For example, here we have drive carefully, come back soon, no? These signs that you see in every town or in some cities, you have this. So what is the adverb form of these adjectives? Clear, clearly. Thank you very much. Noisy,
Noisily.
noisily. Yes.
Noisily.
Easy,
Easily.
easily. Thank you. Next, careful,
Carefully.
Carefully.
carefully. Good,
Worse.
well.
Well,
Complete,
Completely.
completely, completely. Bad,
Badly.
badly. This is kind of strange, but it is bad, badly. Fluent,
Fluently.
Friendly.
fluently. Yes, exactly. Fluently. Now, for example, okay, the examples are below. So write an adverb from number 2 in these sentences. Play again badly and lose. Or the opposite, play a game. What is the opposite of badly?
Well,
Well and win. Okay, do the rest, please. Do the rest below. A ver, entonces, ¿quién me dijo las oraciones? Julie, ¿quién más? Bueno, ¿quién hizo su tarea más bien? Julie, Natalie,
me.
Bere. Solamente ellos tienen lista, ¿eh? Julie. Los otros hasta que me entreguen homework, si no, no. Más. Bere. Romero, ¿verdad?
Yes, teacher.
Más. Fanny. Okay, and the rest until you write your sentences on WhatsApp. You have attendance list. Okay. Number 3, explain the rules, like the videos that we watch.
carefully.
Carefully.
Not very much.
Clearly. Carefully, no. Clearly. It's something. What do you think?
Noisily.
Noisily. Yes, exactly. Noisily. It's something fast. It's something noisily. Yeah. Forget something in the exam. Completely in blank. Yeah. Don't forget. Drive
Carefully.
carefully. And the opposite of carefully, ¿cómo sería? Because some drivers here in Cuernavaca, in Mexico, around the world, for example, in India, have you watched videos in India that some drivers are crazy and they drive carelessly? Carelessly is the opposite. They drive fast, they don't look at the signs, they pass or run over. Sometimes they run over people or run over motorbikes or crash into other cars and run away. So that's carelessly, carelessly. Don't be carelessly when you drive. Don't be careless. Yeah, porque carelessly is the adverb. Speak Spanish
Fluently.
fluently, correct. Pass an exam. Opposite of difficult.
Easily.
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 Easily, correct. Easily. Okay, so we continue with the next exercise. So sorry. Word order. So put the adverbs in the correct place in the sentences. Sometimes there is more than one possibility. So here we have peaceful and suddenly. Let me help you with the first and you do the rest. I was dreaming peacefully when suddenly a loud noise woke me up. Huh? So put them in the correct order for the rest. Yep, guys, so you have 3 minutes. I'll be back. Number 2, please, Alexis. ¿No está Alexis? Hace rato estaba, ¿no? Está. Ok. Rodríguez.
Me, teacher.
Ok, Bere.
I got up early in the morning and worked hard all day.
Correct. Got up early and work hard. Number 3, Natalia Rodriguez.
My grandma is nearly 80 and she still goes swimming regularly.
Correct. Julie, number 4. I was
just relaxing with a really a really good book when someone knocked, I think loudly. on the door.
Correct. Thank you very much. Next, Natalie, Pani. No, Natalie.
Ay, perdón, ¿cuál es la?
Number
Cinco, ¿verdad? My sister is my sister is there. My sister is three already.
oh,
No sé.
is in order. They have to be in order. Is
Esa fecha no la entendía muy bien.
so you have to put
Vale.
the adverbs in order in the correct place.
My sister is
And the other.
Only
Yes.
only
Three.
is three.
Uh-huh.
But she can read all. I no sé.
Before read, she can.
She can read.
Before read. Between can and read.
Can all when
Already.
only read already
Well.
right?
Well.
Already one.
Well, don't forget, they are in order. My sister is only 3, but she can already read and write well. You need to practice. Pay attention, lady. So, number 6, please, Alan.
Some of my friends are continually on Facebook. Even my dad's on Facebook.
Correct. Even my dad's on Facebook. And finally, Crespo, please.
Do you really love me? Of course I do. I love you passionately.
Yes, correct. Very good. Okay, we have here a sad poem with adverbs.
3.10.
Listen to the poem.
A sad poem.
I ran into your arms so happily. You looked at me guiltily. You spoke to me quite softly. I turned and walked away sadly. Gradually, I learned to smile again.
Yes, as you can see, the adverbs are used to put more emphasis, and to create an interesting story. So what could be the title, the heading for this poem? Happily ever after, eternal love, or love is a cruel game? What is the heading for this poem, guys?
Love's game.
Yes, exactly. Love's a cruel game. So as you can see, I ran into your arms happily. Yeah, you look at me guiltily. You spoke to me softly. So I turned and walked away sadly. Gradually, I learned to smile again. So no eternal love, it doesn't exist. Nada de eternal love, ni happily ever after, como Disney, it doesn't happen. So love is a cruel game. So don't love anyone, only yourself. Okay, guys, tomorrow we continue. We'll try to cover some pages on the workbook, and Revise and check, ¿vale? Vamos a hacer un pequeño repaso porque el jueves y el viernes hay examen, ¿vale? Un pequeño repaso y también les voy a decir de su oral exam, ¿vale? Que no va a ser mañana, ni el jueves, ni viernes, va a ser hasta la próxima semana el oral exam, ¿vale?
¿Cuándo va a decir lo del examen oral?
Tomorrow.
Okay,
Tomorrow,
teacher.
I'll tell you about that.
Teacher dijo
Thank
que
you.
no es
Yes.
este jueves y viernes, sino la otra semana el examen oral.
Yes, next week, the oral exam. No worry. Relax. Chill
Ah,
out. Bye.